I have a friend whose pumpkin fall display at the end of his driveway would be run over by the neighborhood jerk. Happened every year. My friend decided to put a stop to it. He withdrew money from his savings account so he would have enough to buy the largest pumpkin he could find, along with several large bags of Quikrete. Filled that puppy up and made a real pretty display. The jackass broke the axle of his shoddy car when he hit that pumpkin, could not drive away. My friend had his car towed away too. My cousin and his wife are always giving each other trouble. One day he hollered at her, "If you weren't so stupid, what would you be?" She answered right back, "Single." They've been married over 20 years, so I guess if it works for them. My little brother and his GF came to stay at my house for the weekend, and the GF was super self-centered and obnoxious. When they left, she forgot her clothes and toiletries because she left them sprawled all over my bathroom. About a week later, she and my brother moved into an apartment together. After he paid for the moving truck deposit and utilities, she cheated on him with her ex and kicked him out of the apartment. This left him broke, homeless, and heartbroken. In the days after the breakup, she kept calling and emailing him several times per day and demanding that he ask me to ship her clothes and toiletries back to her. It's really important. It's my North Face. My brother called and pleaded with me to ship them to her so she would stop having a reason to continue contact him. Being the loving sister that I am, I gathered up the really important North Face sweatshirt, shorts, underwear, shampoo, conditioner, soap, and razor. I folded everything nicely. I then wrote a nice note apologizing for taking so long to mail them to her and let her know that I hope all is well. The note was written in permanent marker, and the paper happened to be resting on the really important North Face when I wrote it. Unfortunately, the ink bled straight through the paper and onto the shirt. Also, unfortunately, the shampoo, soap, and conditioner caps were not tightly secured on their bottles, and the contents leaked out all over the clothes, further spreading the ink. The most unfortunate result, though, was that her razor didn't have any sort of protective cap or container and left little slashes all over the front of the really important North Face. She received the package, and my brother never heard from her again. Coffee shop. People next to me are loud and rude. They just found the perfect name for their new business. I just bought the domain name. LPT. Don't use words that you don't completely, totally understand in a professional setting like work or school. The risk of misusing words cannot be understated. And as you speak, even if you are tempted, do not use any words that you don't fully and completely understand. People around you may not correct you, and they will judge. And remember, your credibility is on the line every time you speak, especially in professional settings. So if you don't completely understand a term, word, phrase, etc., then be sure to fully research it before attempting to use it in a sentence. It's Bracio. So I'll be the guy to do this. In the first sentence, you use the phrase cannot be understated, when in this context, I'm fairly sure you mean cannot be overstated. Neighbor put 12-foot-tall light posts all down their long driveway, including one 10 feet from my bedroom window, and blasted all 34 X100W bulbs 24 hours a day, making my room bright AF. They refused to put them on a timer and give me darkness from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m., aka quiet hours in my city. After weeks of begging them with no progress, I put my entire home audio system in my backyard pointing at their home, and from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. blasted the harshest death metal and black metal I know of the entire day. It only took 3 days until they knocked on my door to tell me they had bought and installed a timer on their light system. I immediately pulled my speakers inside, and we've had no problem since. Someone owed me $50 and refused to pay, so being in IT, I reduced their mailbox size so they could only hold around 10 emails, removed them from distro groups so they missed important group emails, and every day for like 3 months, I went to their account and I checked the little box, must change password at next login. We used an elaborate PW scheme. Unused to work shifts many years ago, including regular night shifts, my boss was an unpleasant person to say the least. He would leave his keys on top of his locker. One night, I took a small file to work and filed down one or two teeth of his front door key. The next day, he was telling everyone how he got home and his door lock was broken and he had to get a locksmith out, which cost a fortune, and he didn't get much sleep. It happened again a couple of months later. Then his car key got some treatment. I stopped after that as I heard him mention it was getting suspicious that all these locks stopped working. But unknown to me, other colleagues also disliked him. One night, his locker disappeared entirely. Rumor has it that it's part of the foundation of an office block in London now. My dentist glanced at my Fortnite t-shirt and asked me if I was a gamer. I told him yes and got all excited, thinking we'd chat about our favorite game or whatever. Dentist: I thought so. You grind your teeth, and judging by the decay and damage, you're not a very good one. I used to work at a bar, and one bartender who was there never missed a chance at a comeback. One night, a guy said to him, "Give me a Bud Light and a girly drink." Bartender: "2 Bud Lights coming right up." My boyfriend is about 6 feet, 8 inches tall, and he's pretty used to people making comments about his height. One night we were at a party and I introduced him to a friend he hadn't yet met. My friend to my BF: "Have you always been so tall?" My BF: "Yes, Charlotte, I was 6'8" when I was born. The doctor had to back into the hallway just to get my legs free." When life gives you lemons. False lemons are a hybrid of a bitter orange and a citron, meaning we gave ourselves lemons. My friend did some work for a guy who skipped his bill and never paid him. My friend is so petty, he did many things, such as placed fake for sale ads with too good a deal, like a nice boat, for $1,000 and numerous other ads with the guy's number. Our city is big on garage sales. He posted ads like, "Moving out sale, everything must go, cheap, will be held inside the house, just walk in or ring the doorbell." Then put this guy's address on the ad. He also signed him up for numerous free gym memberships and responded to things like car dealership ads with this guy's phone number. He did a lot more. That's just what I can remember. I don't know who I feel more sorry for. My mother was the head baker at the very upscale grocery store. A much younger, newly hired department manager took over the bakery. Because she was the oldest employee there, he made the mistake of harassing her in front of other employees for weeks. She finally got so fed up with the harassment that she clocked out, turned in her store keys in the middle of her shift, and never went back. She effectively shut down the store bakery for a week, and it took not one, but 2 people to replace my 67-year-old mother. She never went back. The department manager was fired.